What's up, world? How y'all doing? You know, I just got done with a meeting, and the topic was the daily. And the title is "The Serenity After the Storm," right? And it talks about how all the pain we had to go through. And while I was in there, I tried to imagine all the pain that everyone in the room had to go through to really get to where they're at in their life. And I was kind of overwhelmed for a second. You know what I mean? Like feeling that pain. You're imagining the pain that everybody felt, right? And you know, whether it was emotional pain, relationships, childhood trauma, addictions. That shit, it kind of overwhelmed me for a second. But then, like, I looked at everyone in the room and they all had a smile on their face, and like they alchemized their pain. They turned it into, their purpose. You know what I mean? They chose to make a difference, to be different. You know what I mean? To stop being in that victim mentality. They really turned that frown upside down. You know what I mean? And you know, that's the serenity that you get after the storm, right? Like going into these meetings, you know what I mean, seeing that there's a lot of other people just like you or that have been through similar struggles, right? And then, you're all just kind of sharing with each other, your traumas and, what you had to overcome to get to where you're at. And, you all have found this in the room of sobriety. And, it's a blessing for me. I know it's a blessing for many people that go to these rooms, to have that safe haven, a place to share with other people that have suffered just like you. And, that's, for me, that's the serenity after the storm, And, some of it was self-inflicted, some of it wasn't, some of it we had nothing to do with, being in as a child, we didn't have no control over what was going on around us, which kind of probably led us to our addictions. And, we really flipped the script, you know what I mean? And we got through that, but like a lot of us had to go through that to get to where we're at today. And I mean, at least for me, like I really did have to go through it. Some of it I didn't, like I just put myself in that and I was stuck in that victim mentality. But I've changed it, you know what I mean? Now everything has a purpose and a learning experience. And I'm gonna pray for y'all. Y'all have a good day.